farm name is HaR Farms, stands for Harold and Rose Gould. My grandparents started the farm in 1956. We're at an organic dairy farm. We milk 230 cows. We crop around 700 acres in corn, hay, soy, triticale, sorghum, and about 200 acres of rotational pasture.
My name is Swede. Our farm is Gary Swede Farms. We work about 4,500 acres and we grow a few different crops: corn, soybeans, wheat, alfalfa, processing vegetables, sweet corn, string beans, peas.
Some of the soil health practices we're doing is cover cropping, reduced tillage, and nutrient management, manure injection. Being organic, our only nitrogen source, or majority of our nitrogen source, is cow manure. So just getting as much nitrogen into the ground for the next crop as we can, utilizing the nitrogen without losing the nitrogen, I guess, to the atmosphere.
American Farmland Trust got involved with the Demonstration Farm Network as a response to hearing from farmers that one of the biggest barriers to implementing soil health practices is a lack of information. So the Demonstration Farm Network is a way to gather data, but also to be an outreach tool to other farmers from the data that we have in order to educate farmers and help them to make better, more informed decisions on implementing soil health.
My name is Blake Glover. I'm the state conservationist for NRCS here in New York. Farming is a business and they have to make business decisions, but their most precious commodity is the soil, right? And the environment. And for us to be in a position to address some of their questions, and their number one question is going to be, what's it going to cost me and what's the benefit to me?
So we always have been a conventionally tilled farm in the past, where we'd plow the ground, we'd fit the ground, we'd cover the ground, we'd go over the ground several times to get it ready for a crop. And over time we started noticing that our soil was becoming less workable. And so we saw some people playing around with what they called strip till. And you're leaving your ground undisturbed in between the area that you want to work. The strip till is just a way of managing your soil so that you're not tilling it up every year and ruining that structure that you have.
Our reason for switching to no-till and reduced tillage was primarily just cost savings, less trips across the field. The benefits of no-till are being able to plant in the residue and always having residue. So in transitional periods when you don't have anything growing, you have something holding the soil there.
On the economic case studies, where we see the biggest gain in net income is through the reduction of tillage. So when you go from 3 passes or 4 passes to 1 pass, the savings on labor, on fuel, on wear and tear of the machinery, those all provide a significant increase in savings for your farm.
The economic benefits for our farm mainly came when we switched to strip tillage. That was probably one of the biggest changes we've made on our farm. And what it did is, instead of covering that ground so many times and using so much equipment and going over it, we just reduced it down to more or less 1 pass before we plant. And that was a huge benefit to us. But not only that, we were able to take and manage our nutrients so much better. We're able to place our nutrients right where we want to use them, and we're just so much more efficient with it. Not only reduced the amount of tillage that we did, but we increased our yields at the same time. And that was probably the biggest economic benefit we could have had.
Our program work is heavily directed by the input of the farmers in our region, and so they've identified soil regenerative practices as a priority focus for our team to implement work in.
So working with American Farmland Trust and the Demo Farm Network has kind of given us the ability to understand the practices that we've had in the past. We knew they were working, that we knew they were a benefit. They really helped us quantify it. We put a number to it, and it kind of opens your eyes a little bit more. Just makes you understand what you're doing is really beneficial, and we understand it better, and it kind of gives us the ability to try some more things and try some new things and see what else we can do.